mad if you go, I think I could have done that, but I didn't try. You learn nothing from success, never. There's nothing you learn from success, you know. You learn everything from failing. And fear of failing is what holds people back from doing anything.
Yes.
And and when you don't try, and you wake up at 65 years old, you're a lot angrier than if you'd failed. You're a lot, you know, it's really easy to be 65 years old and go, I tried to do that, I just couldn't do it. You'll really be mad if you go, I think I could have done that, but I didn't try. You learn nothing from success, never. There's nothing you learn from success, you know. You learn everything from failing.
To say to the child, that's a good question, Johnny. I don't know the answer. Maybe we can look it up. Or nobody knows. Maybe when you grow up, you'll be the person to find out. I think kids who are discouraged from asking those questions wind up learning the lesson that there's something bad about using the mind, and we lose resources, and we need those intellectual resources because we are in very perilous times. And I think the complex and subtle problems that we face can only have complex and subtle solutions. And we need people able to think complex and subtle thoughts. And I believe a great many children have that capability if only they're encouraged. For example, a kid asks, Mommy, why is the grass green? And very often you get an answer like, oh, don't ask dumb questions, or who knows. When in fact it's an extremely profound question. And how much better
why is the sky blue, or anything like that?
In both those cases,
we had the Encyclopedia Britannica at home. And even when I was a small boy, he used to sit me on his lap and read to me from the Encyclopedia Britannica. And we would read, say, about dinosaurs. And maybe it would be talking about the Brontosaurus or something. And it would say something like, or the Tyrannosaurus Rex. They would say something like, this thing is 25 feet high, and the head is 6 feet across. You see, and he'd stop always and say, let's see what that means. That would mean that if he stood in our front yard, he would be high enough to put his head through the window. But not quite, because the head is all a little bit too wide and would break the window as it came by. Everything we'd read would be translated as best we could into some reality, so that I learned to do that. And everything I read, I tried to figure out what it really means, what it's really saying by translating. And so I used to read the encyclopedia when I was a boy, but with translation, you see. So it was very exciting and interesting to think that there was animals of such magnitude. I wasn't frightened that there would be one coming in my window as a consequence of this, I don't think. But I thought it was very, very interesting, and that they all died out. And at that time, nobody knew why.